It's a good morning, students. Welcome to ALPHORES e-learning classes. This is the intermediate first year civics or political science class. We are in 5th unit, political ideologies or political theories. In the last session, we discussed about defects of socialism, significance of defects of socialism, significance of socialism, then kinds of socialism. First of all, what are the defects of socialism? Number one, socialism destroys the initiative and creativity of the individuals in productive activity. Number two, it is very difficult to implement certain socialistic principles or features like elimination of private property, abolition of competition, and elimination of economic inequalities. Third one is socialism opposes individual freedoms and liberties. Individual freedoms and liberties. Then fourth one is state intervention. State interfere in the economic activities of the individuals like trade, commerce, and industries. Okay, as a result, it is not possible to achieve the economic development of the society. Yes, these are the defects of socialism. Coming to significance of socialism. Now, there is a chance to overcome the defects and difficulties in the contemporary social order. It is the one. Then, there is a chance to removal of economic inequalities from the society. Then there is a chance to provide equal or adequate opportunities to all, especially in productive matters. Then there is a scope to achieve equalitarian society free from exploitation, poverty, unemployment, desirable conditions, and discriminations. Next, there is a chance to form or there is a chance to reconstruct the society by peaceful methods. Yes, these are some of important points of significance of socialism. Then, kinds of socialism. So many kinds of socialism are there. One, scientific socialism, collectivism, Fabianism, syndicalism, guilty socialism, anarchism. These are various types of socialism. Clear? Today I am going to explain one more new theory, that is Marxism. It is also called as scientific socialism. Yes, the topic is what? The scientific socialism. Scientific socialism or Marxism. Scientific socialism or Marxism. Here, Karl Marx propagated the socialism theory with the name of scientific socialism in Russia. Clear? Karl Marx propagated the socialism theory with the name of scientific socialism in Russia. Clear? This theory was propagated by Karl Marx, hence it is also called as what? Marxism. It is also called as communism. Communism. It has three names. Clear? So, we can find the principles of scientific socialism or Marxism in the writings of Karl Marx. He wrote so many books. The most important writings of Karl Marx, important writings of Karl Marx. One, the Communist Manifesto. The Communist Manifesto. It is the most important writing of Karl Marx. Then Das Kapital. Das Kapital. Third one is Revolution and counter revolution. Revolution and counter as revolution. Then metaphysics, etc. These are the some of important writings of Karl Marx. We can find the important principles of scientific socialism in the writings of Karl Marx. So these are the important writings of Karl Marx: the Communist Manifesto, Das Kapital, Revolution, Counter Revolution, Metaphysics, etc. Then, what are the important principles or the basic principles of socialism? Scientific socialism. Basic principles of scientific socialism. Yes. Number one is dialectical materialism. Dialectical materialism. Number two, historical materialism. Historical materialism. Historical materialism. Surplus value. Surplus value. Next, destruction of capitalism. Destruction of as capitalism. Destruction of capitalism. Then class war or class struggle. Class war or class struggle. Class struggle. Next, dictatorship of proletariat. Dictatorship of proletariat. And last one is stateless society or classless society. Stateless and classless society. Classless society. Yes. Now these are basic principles of scientific socialism or communism or Marxism. First one is dialectical materialism. 2, historical materialism. 3, surplus value. 4, destruction of capitalism. Class war or struggle. Dictatorship of proletariat and stateless and classless society. Yes, let us discuss. So one by one. So first one is dialectical materialism. Yes, the dialectical materialism is one of the important principle of communism. Yes, the philosophy of communism is on the basis of dialectical materialism. Clear? So first one is the dialectical materialism is a combination of two words. One is dialectics. Second one is materialism. Yes, materialism. Here it is associated with three words. One is thesis. Thesis is the first advance. Yes, thesis is the first one. Second thing is its opposite factor, that is antithesis. Antithesis. And third one is synthesis. Clear? Thesis is the first advance. Second, it is then challenged by antithesis. So it is the opposite of thesis. And synthesis is the outcome of the reaction between thesis and antithesis. It is very clear. So dialectics is associated with thesis, antithesis and synthesis. It is a proposition. It is an anti-proposition. It is a synthesis. Synthesis is a outcome or the result of the reaction between the thesis and antithesis. It is very clear. Then, what is materialism? So materialism explains about the changing shape of the society. Clear? In every stage of history, yes, the shape of the society can be determined by what material conditions of the life. Material conditions of the life. Yes, Karl Marx strongly believed that the society can be changed, or the shape of the society can be determined by material conditions of the life of the individuals. Clear? And I am going to explain one more point. The dialectical materialism is dependent upon a scientific principle, that is two inseparable opposite forces and their constant mutual reaction. Yes, dialectical materialism is depend upon the scientific principle. What is the scientific principle? Two inseparable opposite forces and their constant mutual reaction. Example, when the bulb will be lighted, as when the reaction between negative force and positive force, then bulb will be lightened. Yes, so it is a new force. Here what I am saying, a new force will be originated due to the reaction or the contradiction between the two opposite forces. It is a negative force, it is a opposite force. So the reaction between positive and negative force, a new force will be emerged, that is bulb is lightening. Clear? Karl Marx applied this principle to the capitalist society and analyzed how the capitalist system would change into communist society. Clear? Karl Marx applied this scientific principle to the society. Which society? Especially capitalist society. And analysis was made how the capitalist society would be changed into communist society. According to Karl Marx, in capitalist society there are two classes, haves and have-nots. Haves are capitalists and have-nots are laborers. If the contradiction will be taking place between the capitalist and laborers, communist society will be emerged. Clear? So here haves, positive force, have-nots, negative force. Due to the contradiction or the struggle between capitalists and laborers, a new society was emerged, that is a communist society, according to Karl Marx. It is about dialectical materialism. Then number 2 is historical materialism. The Karl Marx used the dialectical materialism to analyze the history of human beings, hence it is called as a historical materialism. Why it is called as a historical materialism? Because the Karl Marx used the dialectical materialism to analyze the history of mankind, hence it is called as a historical materialism. According to Karl Marx, all the relations, social, political, economic, cultural, religious, linguistic relations are determined by the material conditions of the life. Clear? Here not only relations, but also structure of the society yes, can be determined by material conditions of the life. Clear? Hence, all relations are derived from material conditions. Here, all relations, social, political, economic, etc., are determined by the material conditions. In the same way, the structure of the society also determined in every stage of history by the material condition. Hence, all relations are derived from material conditions. It is the one thing. Then, coming to third one, surplus value. Third one is surplus value. Surplus as value. Now, Karl Marx proposed the theory of surplus value based on David Ricardo theory. As Karl Marx proposed the theory of surplus value, so based on David Ricardo's theory. As David Ricardo's theory says, the value is the source of labor is the source of value. Labor is the source of value. Clear? Labor is the source of value. In other words, the value of the commodity is proportional to the quantity of the labor put into it. Clear? The value of the commodity is proportional to quantity of labor of the laborers. Yes, that is the concept of David Ricardo's theory. So according to Karl Marx, so what is surplus value? What is the surplus value? So surplus value means the value that is created over and above what the labor is paid. The laborer is paid. So according to Karl Marx, what is surplus value? Surplus value is the value that is created over and above what the labor is paid. Yes, to understand this concept, I am going to give one more definition. So surplus value means the value of surplus production produced by the laborers more than necessity. Necessity. Clear? So surplus value means, according to Karl Marx, value of the surplus production produced by the laborers more than necessity. Here, what is meant by surplus production? Example, in one day, laborer will produce 100 units of goods. For producing the 100 goods, he may get 100 rupees. And there is a chance to produce more than 100 units. Example, if a labor will produce 125 units per day, yes, here he produced how much surplus production? So 125 minus 100, that is 25. 25 units is the surplus production. Clear? But in a capitalist society, the owner does not give extra wages for extra money. Clear? So for 25 units of production, he may not provide the remaining 25 rupees to the laborers. So it is called as a surplus value. In other words, Surplus value means the difference between value of the commodity and the wages given to the laborers. Clear? Surplus value equals to what? Value of commodities or goods which are produced by the laborer. So value of goods produced by the laborer minus wages of laborers. Surplus value equals to value of goods which are produced by the laborers in a day minus wages given to the laborers. Here Karl Marx said that the surplus value must be given to laborers. But in capitalist society, what will be happen? So capitalist will enjoy the surplus value. It means the surplus value of the laborers is exploited by capitalists. Hence, Karl Marx wanted to abolish the exploitation of surplus value. It is third one. Fourth one is destruction of capitalism. Destruction of capitalism. Karl Marx strongly felt that the development of capitalism leads to class struggle. He felt that what? The development of capitalism leads to class struggle. In the class struggle, the proletariat class will and win. With the victory of the proletariat class means the group of laborers. With the victory of proletariat class or laborer class, it is inevitable. That is the destruction of capitalism. The destruction of capitalism is inevitable with the victory of which class? Proletariat class. It is the destruction of capitalism. And fifth one is class struggle, class war or class struggle. So according to Karl Marx, in every stage of history, there are two types of classes. Haves and have-nots. Clear? Especially in capitalist society. There are two classes are there, rich and poor. Who are the rich? Capitalists are the rich. Okay, haves and have-nots. Haves and have-nots. Haves are the rich people, have-nots are the poor or laborers. Okay, laborers. So in capitalist society, it is compulsory as the contradiction will be taken place or the struggle will be taken place between the haves and have-nots. So what are the main reasons for the class struggle between the haves and have-nots? Because in capitalist society, the state will function in favor of capitalists. State will protect the interest of the capitalists. And one more thing is, capitalist will exploit the labor of the laborers. Already we know surplus value is exploited by the laborers. Clear? Hence, struggle will be taking place between the haves and have-nots. It is called as a class struggle or class war. According to Karl Marx, it is called as a war. Class war or class struggle. Clear? Then next one is dictatorship of proletariat. Dictatorship of proletariat. Dictatorship of proletariat. Now class struggle results the establishment of dictatorship of proletariat. It is the main reason for establishment of dictatorship of proletariat. Clear? In the establishment of communist society, there are two stages. So it is the first stage, it is a temporary stage. Yes, the establishment of dictatorship of proletariat is what type of stage? It is a temporary stage. Temporary stage. Temporary stage. In the temporary stage, the proletariat class, here proletariat class means a group of laborers. Group of laborers. Group of laborers. Group of laborers. Yes, in the temporary stage, they need certain, who need, the proletariat class will need certain dictatorial methods. Dictatorial methods. For which purpose? For overcome the, through overthrow the capitalists or capitalism. Through overthrow the capitalism, yes, they need certain dictatorial methods, as violent methods. Yes, so the struggle will be take place between the proletariat class and capitalist class. So in the second stage, so what will happen? A new society is formed, that is a communist society. Communist society. Communist society. The communist society is what type of society? It is a stateless society or classless society. So in the first stage, that is a temporary stage, in the temporary stage, to overthrow the, or to eliminate the, or to eliminate the capitalists, they need certain dictatorial methods. Through dictatorial methods, they can remove the capitalist from the society. Then how many classes will be remained after overthrow of the capitalist? Only one class will be remained in the society, that is proletariat class, means labor class. Okay, hence it is called as a classless society or a stateless society. So in the second stage, what type of society is formed? Communist society is formed. That communist society is what? Stateless society or classless society. Classless as society. Clear? So with the overthrow of the capitalists, clear, communist society is formed under the dictatorship of proletariat. Under the dictatorship of proletariat, communist society is formed. That communist society is what? Stateless society. Why it is called as a stateless society? Because through the elimination of capitalist society, and with the elimination of capitalist society, the state automatically disappear its existence. Clear? So the state will disappear by itself. Okay, it is called as a wither away of state. Okay, wither away of state means the state will disappear by itself. It does not mean there is no state. It means the state will lose its existence only. Yes, lose its existence only. Clear? So the state will work under the proletariat class. So in capitalist society, the state will function under the control of capitalist, whereas in a communist society, the state will function under a proletariat class. So here it lost its only its existence. Clear? To rule the society, there must be a one society, there must be a one institution, that is called as a state. Clear? And in the communist society, how many classes will be there? Only one class will be remained, that is the proletariat class. So if two or more classes are there in a society, it is a class society. If only one class is there, that is classless society. So here communist society is a classless society because only one class will be remained in the society, that is a communist society. Clear now? So it is about the basic principles of scientific socialism. So what are the important points? So first, this theory was proposed by Karl Marx with the name of scientific socialism. Yes, it is also called as communism or Marxism. Yes, we can found the basic principles of communism in the writings of Karl Marx. The most important writings of the Karl Marx are Das Kapital and the Communist Manifesto. So what are the basic principles of communism? 1. Dialectical materialism. 2. Historical materialism. 3. Surplus value. 4. Destruction of capitalism. 5. Class war or class struggle. 6. Dictatorship of proletariat. 7th one is stateless and classless society. Yes, we will meet you in the next session. Goodbye.